163, 2019, consider authorizing the appraisal of the Paul and Val Jean Ciaffoni property off Glass Hill Road at a cost not to exceed $2,850. Again, as you're aware, this is something that we asked if we were allowed to, if I was allowed to meet with the board's approval with the property owners of the 64-acre parcel off of Glass Hill Road for the purposes of installing a public works building. We did meet with them. It was a very quick meeting, mainly because we can't really have any discussion until we know the amount of money that we're talking about. They were very set on a specific amount of money. The township has legal responsibilities. We can only pay 10%. Can you say that?
Yeah. I think it's actual appraised value, or it's the estimate of, if there are more than one
Several appraisals.
It's the mean of.
Okay, but in any case, we have a limitation. We can't just go in and, offer whatever and pay whatever they're asking. So in order to continue those discussions, we kind of need to know if we're in the ballpark of what they're looking for, or if we're way far away and there's no point in continuing those conversations. That is the reason behind asking for this appraisal. Any questions or comments?
Yeah. If you understand that for buying property, the township can only pay up to 110% of an independent appraisal.
That's what I thought.
110,
I think it's 10% over,
but I'm saying, Dawn gave me information that didn't seem like the property owner was willing to negotiate from a set price that he had, and it's to me, it's foolish to spend money on appraisal if we know the property owner is setting his amount that he has.
I had a
We can't meet it.
conversation. Go ahead.
So we can't meet it if we're limited to 110% of some independent appraiser. He has a set amount and he said he wasn't going to negotiate. So to me,
Without
we're wasting
getting
our
into
money.
specifics, I had additional conversations after the meeting where they want to know. They are very confident that the appraisal will come in close to what it is they're asking for, and so I think that we need to at least follow through before we take any other actions.
Dawn, you got some information from us from our engineer on close to $500,000 to run a sewer line up to that property, just as another cost right off the top.
That's
So
right.
that would be in addition to any amount we pay for that property.
That's right. To bring sewers to the property, Dan did a rough cost estimate, was approximately almost close to $500,000.
So where's the money going to come from? Where are you guys going to get this money from to pay for it?
We need to build a new public works building is what it
That's
comes
not what
down
I'm
to.
asking. I'm asking where you're going to get the money from to pay for it.
That would be a budgetary decision in the future, but until we follow through with all the information, we don't know what we're looking at. And we've said for years, for as long as I've been on this board of supervisors, that Public Works needs a new building. So to me, my opinion is that we need to investigate all avenues and have all the information so that we know what we're looking into. Property, as Supervisor Cecil often points out, is rare and it's hard to find in Cecil Township for what it is we're looking for. This suits what it is we're looking for. So I would just ask that we spend the $2,850 and see if we can come to some sort of deal. Yes, their asking price was significantly higher than what we were looking to pay, but once they get their appraised value, there is the possibility that they may be willing to come down.
You have a...
If you wouldn't mind, Ms. McCullough, if you wouldn't mind not yelling out, I would appreciate it. And also, if we're going to stick to please step to the microphone if you have something you would like to say.
You are spending people's money like it's a bottomless pit. How dare you say we need something without considering where the money is going to come from? I've never sat through the most entitled, spoiled representation of a chairman. You're telling people what they have to do with their own money. How much are you getting paid for this
Ms.
position?
McCullough, thank you.
No, I want an answer. How much are all of you paid? How much is your solicitor paid? How much is your engineer paid? There is a line item of general fund invoices. How much do you pay these people?
Ms. McCullough, I'm going to ask you to sit down or we're going to have to ask you to leave.
Oh,
Thank
of
you.
course. You don't want a voice of reason.
Okay. Do I have a motion for authorizing this?
I have more discussion. I would agree with Tom, and then the resident of Darlene Barney's comment of, what is the total there, 45, 48 acres?
64.
64 acres, and we're only looking for 10 or 20. So could we in fact even reduce that by having them evaluate the 10 or 20 acres instead of all 60 acres?
We're getting a price per acre.
Pardon me?
We're getting a price per acre.
Yeah, so if we could do it for 10 or 20 acres, would that be a lot less than the
Yeah, it's
$2,850?
not gonna change the appraisal value.
Did we
This,
look for other quotes, or is that the best we could do for a,
That's the going, that's,
go ahead, Jim.
that's actually the
Can
going
you
rate.
speak in
That's the going rate.
And a good value for an appraisal, a property appraisal, no matter how big the size is approximately $2,500 to $3,500. So it appears to be a good price. Who's the appraiser?
Valid.
Yeah.
was this the appraiser we used for the Clemens property? Don,
In addition to the ABB property.
and do you know what that was, what we paid there in those situations?
I don't know.
But my point is, instead of them evaluating all 60, if we only need 10 or 20,
It's not gonna change. The valuation will tell us the price per acre, which is what we're looking for. There was during the meeting the suggestion of buying 10, of buying 20, or buying all 64. But whether you do an appraisal of all 64 acres, do an evaluation of 10 or 20, it's not gonna change the price, and it's not gonna change the price per acre.
do we know that number though, or what was, or Don, are you allowed to share that? Probably not publicly, of what the quote was?
How do you know?
And you don't believe it, and you don't believe that it's, Tom, within the 110%? No?
Any other questions or comments by board members? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
164, 2019, consider the minutes from Monday, August 5th, 2019, Board of Supervisors regular monthly meeting. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. 165, 2019, consider the general fund invoices from August 1st through August 31st, 2019. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second? I'll second it. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Dizeroff, do your end of year's report.
Oh, sure. The board has copied my report, and I've highlighted all the items that are of note. But just to mention a few things, the Traditions of America Development, that's been stalled for a little while, but we understand that they now have their source in place, so they are going to proceed. Liz was getting them off a development agreement to get started on that. And I think that was the only one. There is another rezoning application that's in front of the Planning Commission. It's for property that's owned by Pete Dalbo on 2 different locations. The Planning Commission deferred any decision on that for a month. So it potentially could be back in front of you next month for consideration of scheduling a public hearing. Other than that, I think unless there's any questions.
Thank you, yeah. Gretchen?